Hello and welcome. I'm grateful that you're here with me today, sorting out, ordering, and even planting seeds for this year's garden. It's a wonderful time ahead, even if there's a lot of snow outside and minus 20 degrees Celsius. I can already feel the warmth inside me as I fantasize about the garden season that is soon about to begin. I have ordered some new seeds that I will be putting away in their right boxes inside my seed organizer. I had saved some seeds from 2 different zucchinis this summer, although they seem to have dried out a bit too much or something. I don't think that they will germinate, so I tossed them. But the butternut squash and pumpkin seeds that I saved seems to be fine still. So I did go ahead and order some zucchini seeds instead. This time I've ordered some herbs, summer and fall carrots, some brassicas, bell peppers and beets to name a few. But I still have a long list of seeds to order to feel complete. That is what I'll do next, writing them down on a paper. I think it's useful so I can order it from my phone. But as you can see, I still have a few seed packages from last year. Some of them I've used and some are unopened because I started quite late last year in the end of April. Since we were still living in the apartment, I didn't know when we were supposed to move into the house and how the garden situation would look like. So this year I can finally start earlier and grow anything that I want, basically. This will be the second summer of living here, but last year we had a very cold and rainy summer. We also had a lot of groundwork being made and other projects to focus on, so I will dedicate this summer to establish my vegetable garden. We already have thought out and halfway prepared an area for it. All we need to do is level the ground a little bit, put out some sort of fabric with gravel on top. But the main project will of course be to build the raised beds. Last year we built the raised beds with scattered material we found around the property since it was just temporary. This year we will have better material to work with and of course a leveled ground. We also have a crosscut saw, which will make the job easier and faster. I will soon begin to design the layout. I have had time to study the sun pattern and I will film this whole process from thought to finish. I will attempt to grow melons this year. There is a predicament of a very hot summer, so I thought, why not give it a try? If it doesn't turn out, that will be something to look forward to once I have a greenhouse. If you didn't know this, I live in Sweden, about 1 hour northwest from Stockholm. The hardiness zone in Sweden is opposite to the US measure. It's 1 to 8 warm to cold here in Sweden. So being in zone 1 is being in the warmest climate, that is south, and climbing up the scale going north with 8 being the coldest. I am in zone 4 and even on the international hardiness zone map I am somewhere in 4 or 5. So quite in the middle. I can grow a lot here, but certainly not everything. That is why I want a greenhouse in the future to broaden my growing experience with, for example, melons, citruses, figs, etc. Now I am writing down the list of seeds yet to order. I did manage to order almost all of them. I figured the ones that are left I'll either buy later on or save to next year. I still had 2 tomato varieties I really wanted to grow this year, that being a San Marzano to make tomato-based canning products and an orange Oxheart. I went for 2 different zucchinis this year, one that reminds me of an Italian long white. This one was called Genovese, which I think was fitting since my boyfriend is from Genoa. The other one was a round, smaller one called 8 Ball, which is an F1C that I'm sure you've heard of. Very exciting. Then I went ahead and ordered the rest of the herbs I was missing and padrons and jalapenos, and I ordered 2 different peas, one edamame and one purple sugar snap. I ordered some different lettuce and salads, a few beneficial flowers that prevents pests, and I also ordered sweet corn, which I'm not sure will grow here, but I will try my best, some ornamental pumpkins and a cantaloupe melon. I'll probably do a seed haul later on when I'll sow the majority of these seeds, but here I am crossing everything off except for Sugar Rush peach peppers that I couldn't find, and also purple sprouting broccolini. This morning was particularly beautiful. I felt at peace and just so grateful being on the other side of a very difficult time. I have so many things to be grateful for and to look forward to this year. The garden is certainly one of the things. I have been dreaming about this for so many years, and I feel like waking up here every morning feels like a dream. Due to the last couple of weeks being very stressful for me, I need to reset my gut health. My gut is always the first thing being affected. A couple of years ago I made water kefir, but we lived very small and I didn't have the room. I now feel ready again, so I'm activating a new batch of water kefir grains using water mixed with sugar. I let the grains sit for a couple of days for them to swell and the water to become a bit cloudy. Kefir is one of the most, if not the most, densely packed probiotic resource. One of these grains contains over 2 billion of good bacteria that I hope will reset my gut health. It's time to put the first seeds of 2024's garden into the soil. Kicking the season off with artichoke. I absolutely love artichokes, and in Sweden they are quite rare to come upon. If they are in store, they're usually quite expensive, but you can buy canned artichoke hearts for a cheaper price. They're so good on pizzas and in salads. But my favorite way to eat them is actually fresh and whole. I will show you how I like to cook and eat them in the end of this video. Artichoke take a long time to germinate and to grow, so now is a good time to sow. They are perennials in most countries, and I have seen people succeeding to overwinter them in Sweden as well, so I will try this fall to cover them plenty and hope for the best. Naturally, they will grow bigger and stronger each year, so that would be amazing if it works. I chose a variety we usually get in Sweden. It's French and it has a tender stem. It tastes just like the heart. I am sowing them in an 8 centimeter or half a liter pot. They will need a space. They will also need a lot of light once they come up. So I am setting up the lights I bought last year in preparation. I will of course update you on the progress and what to do in the next stage. My favorite way to cook and eat artichoke is boiled tender, served with some butter and lemon, as simple as that. I allow them to boil for about 40 minutes until the leaves comes off without effort. I put a lid or something heavy on them as they tend to float and you really want to submerge them in the boiling water. Along with the artichoke, I made tomato soup using our last cherry tomatoes from last year's garden that I've kept in the freezer. This is not a complicated recipe at all, it's just tomato paste, tomatoes, some crushed and some fresh, a splash of cream and a bouillon cube. I've made this recipe in a previous video that I can link down below if you want to watch it. Along with tomato soup, I always serve grilled cheese and pickles that I made last summer. for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.